Davidson, 17 points. Kim D, 16 points. Two players in double digits. And it's the same starting six for Coach Roderick. A major shakeup for Coach Tuzurabara, as the starting setter will be the team captain, Louis Romero.
You want to start strong, most definitely.
Molina goes long and catches the corner. And it is the Foxies on the board first. In terms of errors, you've got to admire the Foxies. Only 23 errors in a 5-set loss. So they were able to keep it together. There's the first point of Kim D. A lot of matches.
You know, it also took them a while, the journey of PLDT. But I think, you know, now that they're on top, they're also protecting their spot on top. And, you know, speaking of being on top, for Tubu, in the report of Kyla, she also mentioned, alam ni,
Romero to Riza Cruz. Good save by Bia General. And that one just outside of the antenna for Ces Molina.
But they need to get a point right away. Receiving error from Molina.
Nice serving for Majoy Baron. Molina looking for the side out. What a dig for Davidson. Here comes Malaluan. Off the block. This is now 4 in a row. That's 6 in a row now, scored by the high-speed hitters. And another ace
7 in a row. Service ace
for Majoy Baron. 9 in a row now, scored by the high-speed hitters. Robbins Hardy to Molina again. They keep going to the open, but it has not been fruitful for the Foxies. They get a chance ball. They've picked up 2 already in this run of PLDT, but they have not been able to get the side out. Another free ball to the opposite. Paat is blocked by Majoy Baron. Galang goes reverse to the open. Mika Reyes. Dig goes over. PLDT scrambling. Here's another free ball for the Foxies. Can they convert and get the side out? Yes, there it is. Finally, after allowing the high-speed hitters to score 9 in a row, they finally get the side out here. And this is your spike of the set, brought to you by Dunkin', Pasalubong ng Bayan.
Now serving for Farm Fresh.
Molina had a lot of attempts going cross court. She scored down the line. She needs to really add variety and scored again. Sharp cross court.
Little combo. Good save by the Foxies. And the return. Paat looking for her first points today. Malaluan. 4 points for Alea Malaluan. Alohi Robbins Hardy to Galang, former lady spiker of LaSalle. Galang tries again. Cut shot picked up by Davidson. Davidson rising and scoring.
Through the defense for Sammy Davidson.
Ready, 4 points for Alohi Robbins Hardy. Overpass by Molina, but an off-system play for the high-speed hitters. Couldn't take advantage. This one, the set going over. Good defense, though, by the Foxies, keeping this rally alive. Majoy Baron, Paat pops it up. Galang again, with a little help from the net. A lot of broken plays, especially for the... Nice serve by Kim D. Robbins Hardy. Yeah, block against Galang. Robbins Hardy back to Galang, but she was out of position, or the ball was a little far to her left. A dig by Paat. Galang saving it again. Foxies down by 5. Majoy Baron with back-to-back points for the high-speed hitters.
She had a different perspective when she sat out a part of this first set. No? Maganda yung nakita niya from a different angle.
What a dig for Arado. One hand against the hit of Aragalang. Bia General pops this one up. Galang again. Blocked. Tubu. Well, popped up by Davidson very nicely. Two-handed push. As Jesse De Leon is in the game for the first time for the high-speed hitters. Malaluan swipes it off the block of Romero.
Just a lot of options for CAF. Actually, that time it was...
Then the high-speed hitters trailed by 4 early in the opening set because of where they are now. Romero to Molina. What a dig for Quiseo. Malaluan. Popped up by Tubu. Alcantara, who's in the game for the first time, sets it up. And there is the winning shot from Jesse De Leon. 3 points off the bench as an opposite. Good pass by Malaluan. Mika Reyes right away.
It's not going to help their cause.
Very bad pass there by Villa General. Ends up in a free ball for the high-speed hitters. Here they come. Fajardo with the option. That's her second point today.
Just so many options.
The reverse. Paat is blocked. They go to the open. Majoy Baron. Davidson, everybody's been digging so well for the high-speed hitters, leading to that shot by Malaluan. Her 6th point today.
Well, Baron.
Yeah. They only had 1 block in the first set. Davidson from the pipe rolls it over. Paat rejected. There's coverage by Romero. Reyes answers. Mika Reyes with her 3rd point. Former Arellano Lady Chief, Jovi Prado. Paat from the back row. Fajardo with a nice dig, but the pass too close to the net. It is back to a 1-point game.
Well, Meneses was also a bit late, and there was a bit of distance.
Foxies in their best rotation. This is position 1. But a lucky shot for Davidson.
Lucky indeed. So one of the game changers here for the Foxies, really, presence at the net. Masaya daw yung game, but going back to the high-speed hitters and their problems at the moment, after their 17th points, they gave up 5 errors.
Yeah.
So I think they need to take advantage.
Yep.
And try to get those points in, really get ahead of the high-speed hitters.
They get a free ball. Riri will score! Riri Meneses with 5 points, 4 scored here in the second set, and it's back to a 2-point lead for the Foxies. And this deserves your spike of the set, brought to you by Dunkin'. Arado with a perfect pass. Alcantara reverses. And De Leon scores again. Jesse De Leon off the bench with 5 points. Serving to tie it is Fajardo. Almost got an ace. Instead, they get a free ball. Kim D. That one popped up by Romero beautifully. But the reverse set, no good. Chance ball here for the high-speed hitters. Kim D again. This is a much better pass from Galang. Paat. Dug by Fajardo. Broken play. In fact, it's a chance ball. Tubino. Coverage in the back row by Galang. Tubino tries again. What a dig for Quiseo. Arado sets it up. Malaluan just pushes it. Chance ball again for the Foxies. Paat. Meneses will set it up for Tubino from the open. Tubino will knock it in. Fajardo to Malaluan. And the block, Trisha Tubu. Huge contribution defensively at the net on her return from the bench.
But most definitely, it has somehow slowed down the offense of the high-speed hitters.
3 set points, Foxies. 1 saved by Kindi.
No room for errors for the high-speed hitters, but for the Foxies, just 1 point to close out the set.
Got to get a good pass here. Tubino got it. The last 2 points, or attack points, of the Foxies coming from Royce Tubino, and
she is that spark plug that they needed.
that is the 4th point of Tubino, all scored here in set number 2. And it wasn't as convincing a win as I'm sure they would want to.
Well, in terms of attacks, ganun pa rin, no? The score was pretty close, but in terms of efficiency, one set each for both these teams. For the Foxies, it is important that they do start off strong here in the third set. Dahil babawian din sila na tong high-speed hitters.
Here's Tubu with the first point of the Foxies. What I failed to mention a while ago was the big lift off the bench by Tubino. Tubino, good serve. Mika Reyes pushes and it lands on the line. Reyes now with 4 points. Their best finish, 5th place. They made it to the quarterfinals of the Reinforced Conference and also of the On Tour last year. Malaluan looking for back-to-back points. Tubino, 1-point game, chance to tie. And there it is. Mika Reyes ties the game with her 5th point. Alohi Robbins Hardy to Tubino, rejected. Coverage by General. Tubino! That was a tough shot.
It went past her already.
Good pass by Molina. Out of system play. Off a perfect pass. And from the pipe, Davidson will knock that in. 11 points for Davidson.
It's not helping that the Foxies aren't able to execute plays.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan. As Robbins Hardy could not connect to Tubino. Here's a much better play, but a good block at the net by the high-speed hitters. Arado sets it up. Kim D rejected. Fajardo all the way out to the open. Malaluan is rejected as well. 2 great blocks by the Foxies. Here's a nice dig for General. Arado sets it up. The push by Kim D. General pops it up. Fajardo with the dig of the Tubu shot. Malaluan. Longest rally of the set. Tubino.
She catches that line. She has been very efficient.
And she's picking it up. 9 points already for Tubu. 4 coming here in set number 3. Fajardo to Kim D. And speaking of efficient, opposites. D now with 8 points. Nice serve, but a good pass again by Arado. 1-2. Arado picking it up. Majoy Baron. The dig goes over. Baron to Malaluan. That was the off-speed hit she was looking for. Prior shot. Fajardo sets it up. Baron on a running hit. Riza Cruz, bad pass. Good block by Alohi Robbins Hardy. What a dolphin dive there for Davidson. Tubino. Got it. Tubino now with 7 points. The court, Quiseño and Bedonia. Nice block by Mika Reyes. She anticipated Robbins Hardy taking the option.
The receive was very near.
Good short serve. Bedonia against a double block.
They have a pretty solid front line for the high-speed hitters.
Davidson. What a save by Robbins Hardy. Fajardo to Kim D again. Through the block, back-to-back points for Kim D. She's got 10 as well, and it's a 1-point game.
But there are actually a lot of options also for the Foxies. See, Tubu is there, Meneses is there.
Tubu from the open. And Davidson rolling it over for the lead. 14 points for Davidson. Robbins Hardy to Molina. A dig by Bedonia. Davidson for the win. Good save by General and Tubino. Davidson again. General picks it up. Molina. Fajardo back to Davidson, third straight try, and Sammy Davidson will not be denied.
Much better consistency from Davidson here in this.
The high-speed hitters looking for their second straight win streak after losing. Yeah, their only loss coming against the Super Spikers. Kim D starts off set number 4, and it, speeds up your decision making, so that you know what your role is with the team. Bedonia with an easy over. It's still good. Chance ball here for the Foxies. They go to Molina. And what a nice dig for Arado. Davidson blocked. Coverage by Arado. That's not a surprise. Easy over. Saved by the Foxies. Chance ball for the high-speed hitters, and they will take advantage. Majoy Baron with her 6th point today.
Why waste a perfect pass?
Yep. 2 sets to 1. And that's an ace. That is her second block of the game. 4-0 run now for the Foxies. That ends right there. Meneses, and another quick side out for the Foxies. Meneses with 8 points. This is now her best scoring game for the All-Filipino Conference.
Now serving Kim Kiana.
Slow start, but quickly picked up.
Good pass by Tubino. Molina from the open, and another quick side out. 5 points for Tubu and the Foxies. Good pass by Bedonia. Davidson, dug by Tubino. Bertolano sets it up for Molina. Molina sends it long, but they're asking for a block touch. And we mentioned only the top 4 go to the qualifying round.
With the Foxies. Meanwhile, the Foxies have been playing very well. They've limited their errors, similar to the previous set.
Speaking of errors, there's a bad pass. Easy over, chance ball for the Foxies. Here comes Spaat, pushing it. Fajardo with the first touch, so it's another off-system play. Davidson from the pipe sends it outside. High-speed hitters in position 1. They've got a full front line, perfect pass. Tubino. One-handed dig for Davidson. Bedonia through the double block. Here's a little run for the high-speed hitters. Bedonia.
No time to slow down, no time to rest.
Short pass by Davidson. Bedonia gets it through the double block. Coverage by Paat. Tubino blocked. Bertolano chases it. Paat keeping it alive. Molina, one-handed save is good. Fajardo sets it up to Bedonia, who's blocked. Coverage by Fajardo. Bedonia tries again. Paat picks it up. Tubino. Arado. What a dig. Bedonia against Romero, the 2 smallest players on the court. Tubino passes to Paat. Cross-court hit dug by Fajardo. Easy over from the high-speed hitters. Meneses with her 9th point today.
What a game by Meneses.
A conference high for Riri Meneses, the 9 points she scored today. And more importantly, restores them. What a game for Kisha Bedonia. 5 points. 4 of them coming here in the 4th set. Tubu on her return quickly makes an impact.
There's no way.
4-point lead. Foxies. Alcantara. And an easy over for Majoy Baron. Chance to attack here. Ooh. Ill-advised 1-2 for Alohi Robbins Hardy. And a nice side out for Davidson. There. All right, so the block touch challenge revealed a reaching beyond the net violation by Alcantara. Still 4 set points for the Foxies. They can put it away here. Molina blocked. General sets it back to Molina. Cut shot. Dug by Bedonia from the pipe. Davidson catches the line. Back-to-back points for Sammy Davidson.
The high-speed hit is their time to shine. It is their time to take advantage.
And they don't even have to, Anne. After scoring 2 points to save 2 set points, Davidson and their team captain, Kat Arado. Davidson. What a dig for Bertolano. Tobino from the open. Bedonia's digging has kept her in this game for the high-speed hitters. Tubu from the opposite. Nowhere to go. Reyes with 6 points. Tubu. Thunderous hit. Forces a net touch. Touch. Entire body scraping. Second time in the conference, she scored 14 points. Another great pass by Bedonia. Davidson rolls it over. Bertolano to Tubu. What a dig by Fajardo. Davidson again. Bertolano with a second straight dig in this rally. Kimdi blocked by Molina, but it goes outside. From a block at least here.
They will be on the defensive end.
They can't get a break point. Another side out. Much better pass. Tubu blocked. Defense at the net stepping up here in set 5 for the high-speed hitters. They've got 2 blocks so far, or 2 block points. And this time, Trisha Tubu finally. Another good pass by Bedonia from the pipe. Davidson sends it outside.
Are fighting for their cause.
Yeah.
And, you know, they really want to take advantage of this lead that they have.
Davidson looking for 29. Not there yet. She's got 28 points. Galang. Another dig for Davidson. Oh, Davidson from the dig to the third touch. Molina blocked. General with coverage. Molina again. This time drills it in. Molina with 14.
And you really feel it and you see it. I mean, for the high-speed hitters, they have the lead.
Oh, good save by the high-speed hitters. Tubino. Another great save by Arado this time. Bedonia. Romero goes to Tubino. And that dig gets away from Davidson. A break point.
But of course, it's not going to be easy with a team like PLDT, whose confidence isn't a feeling but a routine. It's going to take more than just talent. They've got to play with hunger of a starving fox, especially right now as PLDT acts and plays like the bigger predator. Eric and Ann.
Hitters coming off a 3-set win against the Thunderbells. Cruz with a good serve. Short pass. Off-system play. Bedonia rolls it over. Beautiful shot. Bedonia.
On the defensive end as well, she has really good contribution.
Good pass. Tubino. Yes, what a shot. Tubino now with 17, and it's back to a 1-point game. Quiseo has been a steady server in today's match. Robbins Hardy to Tubu. Single blocker. Yes. Trisha Tubu with 16.
But the first the task for them is to tie it with the high-speed hitters.
We haven't had a deadlock yet. Here's a chance. Bertolano to Tubu. What a save for Arado. Davidson. Oh, Sammy Davidson will not allow the Foxies to tie the game.
To be able to slow it down at the net will really help the defense at the back.
30 points now for Davidson. Yeah, there's a block against Molina, and the dig going outside for Meneses.
Talk about pressure now being felt by the Foxies. Not yet over. There is the high-speed hitters have cleaned up their act here in the 5th set.
Davidson for the win. Hardy to Tubu. Tubu is partially blocked. Alcantara back to Davidson, not a surprise. And Davidson with a new conference high 31 points. Wins the game in 5 sets.